Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I've got your first gameplay and overview straight from the Kings of Battle dev server for the F-111A Aardvark. This is a currently rank 7 battle rating 10.3 strike aircraft in the American Air Tech tree and comes in right after the F-105D. Makes some level of sense there. Now, this is one of the more anticipated vehicles in War Thunder, I'd probably say in about the last year and a half. Ever since swing wings were introduced first, this was one of the ones people thought would come into the game first, but it took a little bit of time. Now, that being said, this thing can carry a huge amount of ordnance. And obviously, it needs some pretty powerful engines. So you have 16,000 kgf in total between its two engines. But getting to its ordnance. So, look at this. 18,121 kilograms of explosive mass right here, of bombs that you can add to it. And actually, that's only 4 kilograms shy of the absolute max. Yeah, that's wild. You couldn't even, if you put a large child on this, it would break the wing. That's how close it is to being the max. It is bananas. 456 Mighty Mouse rockets. You can have yourself not all that many incendiaries. I'm actually kind of surprised by that, but I think 4, that should be enough. 3 or 4 should be enough, because these are the larger ones where that can destroy a base. But of course, in this gameplay, we have 50 750-pound bombs, and I will be kind of taking this through its paces, trying to equip a few different loadouts here. So of course, you can equip up to 8 AIM-9Bs. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any better weapons than that when it comes to air-to-air, and it does not have a standard cannon. You do actually have to equip this cannon, and if you want, you can equip these as well, which would make this thing into a crazy gunfighter. But yeah, pretty damn crazy. And you can actually equip in these empty spots. If I had any additional weight that I could carry, you could put AIM-9Bs in them. But again, this is only 4 kilograms off its max payload. So that said, let's go take this thing through its paces, through a few different scenarios with different modifications and try it out. But man, oh man, I've been waiting for this. Also, by carrying this many, I think if you carry pylon or weapons on the outside pylons that aren't missiles, perhaps, it can't go fully back. So let's go test that out. But that said, let's get into it. So let's go ahead and test this thing out real quick. Again, I do have 50 750-pound bombs. This thing can carry over 18,000 kilograms of ordnance, which means, if I'm not mistaken, that's like 2 MiG-15s that this can carry in terms of ordnance. So does it have, does not currently have a cockpit, but let's see exactly what sort of speed I need in order to take off with all this weight and how long it takes. So, I'm guessing around 275 I can probably take off. And there we go, 280. Okay, I wasn't all too far off. Now, I do not want to take these flaps off quite yet, because they are generating enough lift for me. Once I get over like 325. Okay, now I think I should be okay. So, not all too bad. That actually took off a little bit quicker than I expected with this much payload. Now, let's go ahead and try to manually sweep these wings back. Payload blocks wing sweep control. Okay, that's kind of what I was expecting based on what we had. Now, this does have up to 26 large caliber countermeasures. Not ideal, but also it's something, you know. You want to have more countermeasures than that, but this is decent. But, like, look at that. You have, what is that? No, that's 16 packs of 3. And then you also have a payload, like a little bomb bay right there in the center. So you have 16 groups of 3 250 or 750-pound bombs, and then you have 2 right in the center, because why not? That's ridiculous. You know, I don't really know if I'm going to be able to go after these bases. Obviously, I can destroy a few bases. So I'm dropping a few things there. I'm going to go after this whole line of tanks. From a little bit of altitude. Let's see if I can destroy some of them. I'm going to start dropping bombs here. Okay. I still have 39 bombs, by the way. Just ridiculous! Can I get some kills? Oh, I got a kill. First strike. 3 kills. 4 kills. Not too bad. Again, I mean, these guys are, like, on my team, they're all going for these bases, which really sucks, you know, genuinely. Because when you're flying this thing, you're probably not going to be able to reach a base, quite honestly, before anyone else. This plane is, if you're flying this much ordnance, into a match, it's going to be too heavy in order to really gain some speed. And I really wish it prioritized the outside, whatchamacallits, a lot more than it does the inside. That way, I might be able to do swing wing. Not entirely sure. So let's just go ahead and bomb some of these guys here. Some light tanks. Who cares, right? I've got plenty of 750-pound bombs. I still have half of the payload left. Just killing people. Like, this thing... One of the problems with this BR, or with this, is just how CAS is kind of done, like in dev servers. And in fact, really, all dev servers is just like, a lot of the time you have the entire enemy team is just completely, like, oh man, I really wish I had a gun here. But a lot of the time the enemy team is completely bots, which is what we see here. And that really sucks. But, being that I am more or less completely defenseless, I wouldn't be surprised if these bots kill me. There's not really much you could do. This is a big, dumb loadout. Yeah, this J-32 is coming back to kill me. Let's go ahead and just drop a few bombs on this base. I don't know, that was like 4 or 5, I think. So that was 5. So let's go ahead and just drop 7 on this one. Okay, so that's 7. Gonna go ahead and drop 6 on this. Let's see what 6 does. Like, this is crazy. Wait, that was 5. Because you can actively just do tests like this if you really, really want. So the 7 should be... There we go. 7 was enough. And can I swing my wings back? Ah, I can't. That sucks. So that's 6. 6 is not enough. So you need 7 750-pound bombs in order to destroy these bases, it looks like. But... what was that? That's 5, 6. You have enough to destroy 7 bases with a single payload if you opt to go this route. Pretty freaking crazy. That's wild without having to reload. And I've got 1. Oh wait. I've got 2 left because they are in the payload, or in the bomb door. Bear in mind, also, I am pretty much out of fuel. Because this thing just completely annihilates fuel. I don't even know if I'm going to make it back. Does it even matter? Nah, not really. So, I mean, again, this entire match here was pretty much just so we could test out the bomb load, see exactly how fast it would fly. Let's go into some sort of an anti-air roll, see how that is. I want to check that out. And then from there, we can maybe go into some sort of other weird, crazy thing. Who knows, you know? But overall, this thing is it's got the most impressive payload for any plane in War Thunder. But is it good enough to do it? I mean, this is a huge plane by itself, which, you know, it's not very fast. And then the payload, especially if you max it out like I just did, will, well, it makes you pretty damn slow. So that said, let's get into another match, see what we could do. But yeah, I'm really impressed by the payload, but the plane itself, I mean, there's only so much you could do. Actually, look at that maneuverability. Unburdened. This thing is actually not bad. Holy guacamole. Now, here we are with the Aardvark's mighty speed. Look at this thing. So I decided to go with a more anti-air loadout, as you can see. I mean, I've got 4 AIM-9Bs and got a 20mm right there, as well as 2 20s on the outside, which means that I can swing back the wings. This thing looks freaking sharp, man. Like, this actually kind of looks like the same profile and the same amount of wing sweep. I think like a MiG-23. Of course, a little bit bigger, but still, like, the similar kind of idea. Looks really, really cool. Oh, man. 5,000 meters up. This thing has no problem moving when it's, like, a lot less burdened. And by that, you could also see, like, why having those pylons in the back, the additional bombs, really screws with this thing. Because you can't have them there. Oh, and if you guys were wondering what the air brake looks like, that's what it looks like. It's a big sheet of metal. Very cool. This thing is actually surprisingly maneuverable. Just waiting on enemies now, of course, maybe it's not incredibly maneuverable. But of course, being that, again, this is the dev server, literally the entire enemy team are bots. Which kind of sucks. Okay, we have a MiG-23 here. I do, again, the reason why I set up my guns as I have them, rather than, like, more closer to the thing, is so that they have a wider range, I guess you could say, for me to be able to hit. So that's a MiG-23BN. Ugh, that was ugly. What am I even doing here? Oh, first kill. Very nice. J-32B, this guy might line up. Probably not. I mean, like, that's one of the big problems with this vehicle, by the way, is that it has basically no ability. Like, the AIM-9Bs suck. You know, at 9.3 BR, they kind of get long in the tooth. This is 10.3 BR. And so, like, if you had AIM-9Ds, for example, and I'm not sure if that's what this vehicle could actually carry in real life. Of course, you want at least the vast majority of the stuff in this game to be realistic. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I mean, like, if this thing could carry AIM-9Ds, I really don't see it having a better or, like, a higher BR. You know what I'm saying? Got the kill. Very cool. But, I mean, like, this thing goes into battle when you just have 3 cannons. It goes into battle with 4,000 rounds of ammunition. I kind of want to fire... Oh, I can't. Ugh, that was ugly. Ugh. Don't look at me. I'm so ugly. My aiming is so ugly. But it's zapping these guys, man. It is zapping them. So I'm actually really surprised that, like I said, the maneuverability on this does seem to be a bit better than what I was expecting. Is it great? No. But it can actually get the job done in some instances. Ooh, buddy. Am I being targeted from behind? I hope not. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I hope it doesn't kill my friend. Can I get that? Probably not. Yeah. Once they start making any sort of maneuvers, you're pretty much out of luck at that point when you're firing an AIM-9B. I can just afford to fire wherever I want. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to go for... probably not the best idea. Ooh, you know what? Might hit. Yeah! This is a gunfighter's dream! If you don't get the kill, you get an assist. Also, that severe damage mechanic is not in-game as of yet. Let's go put some flaps on. You know what? I'm going to go for this J7. I'm actually turning much more competently than I ever expected. Oh, ooh, that was ugly. Wow. I'm impressed for how big this vehicle is. That is as maneuverable as it is. That might be a good way to put it. I'm not, like, you know, compared to a MiG-21, for example, this thing can't hold a candle, but, and there's a big but I'm talking about here. Also, look at my fuel, by the way. I started out with 45 minutes of fuel. This thing can maneuver well enough to stay in the inside circle of a lot of planes. Wow. As long as this thing maintains energy, which it does okay, I mean, this thing can be... It can be a menace. I mean, of course, again, I'm facing bots, but I don't know if there's... I've gotten 8 out of the 9 kills on my team. Wow. Fudge. I only have the middle one left. I'm just kind of firing all willy-nilly at this point. You know what? Let's go see if I can... I'm going to try to lock on. I don't know if I have, like, radar-guided aiming. There we go. I got the kill. So, that said, I think this is pretty much over. I really don't see this going anywhere else. Insofar as an air-to-air roll, at least against bots, I'm really impressed by this thing. Really impressed. I think, like, of course, the AIM-9Bs are not going to function well at all, but if you equip, like, at 10.3 BR, you're not going to be facing top-notch planes. And so, if you can equip yourself these cannons, for example, and I could have put 2 more cannons on here if I really wanted to, instead of AIM-9Bs. And I probably should have, as a matter of fact. That may have done better. But ultimately, this thing is way more capable, way more surprising than I expected it to be in an air-to-air roll. I mean, it's crazy. Crazy. So, of course, in this last match, I actually tried to play ground RB, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, they're not letting us pick our own CAS for ground RB in the dev server as of yet. It was blocking out that option for me, so I decided to equip 456 Mighty Mouse rockets. I gave 2 of them a test drive. As you can see, I fired 2 off, but I still have pretty much all of them left. Now, as you can see, the aiming reticle is a little bit off. I'm not sure if that's because these things go so far out from the center line of the plane, but I still have, believe it or not, even with all of these, 2 AIM-9Bs, the 20mm gun, and also a 750-pounder right there in the center. Crazy. Absolutely wild. Actually, can you see that 20? You can see the 20mm gun right there. Wow. This is so cool. Oh, I just missed a bunch of planes. Whatever. Whatever. So, I'm going to drop the 750-pound bomb, get some dead weight out of here. And then I'll pull over, and now, okay. Whoops, that was ugly. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous! Wait, something just hit me? Oh, I guess I don't have firefighting equipment. What just hit me? No matter, I've got this. Look how crazy this is! What the heck? Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be really a good idea to use. Am I still on fire? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. So, yeah, these rockets, they might be a little screwy. And I still have about half of them left. I can't believe Oh, wow, no kidding. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Please, if you don't mind, consider liking, commenting, subscribing. Expect another gameplay video out either today, maybe a few tomorrow, a few Sunday, who knows? Either way, thanks again. I'll see you all on the other side. And remember, fark, 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 fark.